Hello, official pal. Merry Christmas to you all. This year, Brunya, the brutal. What am I talking about? This is the Tap Send Brunya Achedia from Tap Send to you. All you have to do is to send $200 or 200 euros or 200 pounds, and you stand an instant chance to win exciting prizes every Thursday to the end of the year. So what are you waiting for? Send the family members the money. Let them also celebrate Christmas. And by doing that, you also stand a chance of winning exciting prizes from Tap Send. And the grand draw is on the 29th of December, where you stand a chance of winning air fryers, blenders, televisions, a lot of prizes, and free air tickets, 5 of them. Tap Send. Send the people the money. It's easy, it's convenient, and it's reliable.
Everybody check now. Check it. Check it. Check it. Check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. Check it. Check it. Green select glucometer. Check it. Push sugar level for check it. Check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Emre Dudu Nani Tina Kamu Quantin, Ting Akotonio Mabiguya shop, so being yanning now Fako, and no so yasel for fro. Oh, so to Fako Sikas, one in Patemu, and Nasa Achimota La Paz, Cosin Sawam. Jimmy Dale is your one stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers. Safa drinks, insure, Inyani, and Nasa Adibia Wopebia. So, Koton Quadia and your baby also to a Jimmy Dale. You can locate Jimmy Dale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto. Or call us now on 0208 920 996. Jimmy Dale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
Alright, so it is a Friday evening here on Sammy Flex TV Showbiz Daily, and I have my gentlemen gathered for us to discuss show business, and we're going to do it with all the finesse we have in us, and also we are telling you to be a part of it. Thanks for being a part of the Friday chilling. The Friday chilling is on the show. I mean, not the outside. It is after the Friday chilling here. Then we go to church. And you know, Fridays when you see Derek Money, then you should know that we'll be very fine. But today he's not in a jersey, so you know today is a different atmosphere altogether. If he comes and he's in a jersey, but Derek Money is not in a jersey, then it means that all is well. Derek, so weekend is here. Professor Akonam Rebel loved the GABA idea.
Yeah, I think I read it.
You read it, yeah. He said the GABA idea is good, and it's something you have to continue. It's today, right?
Yeah, it's today.
Today at the National
Theatre
exhibition.
Yeah, 7 o'clock, red carpet, and then
yes,
8 o'clock.
And I saw your flyers of all the stars who were coming on the show.
Yeah, sure.
And I said,
so
wow,
we have so many
you guys
dignitaries who are
really,
passing through.
You guys are really doing it big. I saw the flyer, beautiful people, all of them coming on the show.
Yeah, brother.
Who is the MC?
The MC is, I think we are trying to do something that nobody have done before. So we are, we have done everything has been done. Yeah, so we want to bring in some new faces that
that's what nobody has done before.
Yeah, so we have our main MC to be Ansakweku Eduama of City FM. Yeah, of City FM, and then we have a friend is saying Achiever Evans, also the co-MC, and then we have red carpet host as well, Ben Afat, who's the red carpet host, and then we have DJ Aroma, who's going to be the DJ who will be on the turntable. Yeah, so we have all these people who are going to be behind the scene working.
Guys are not giving Nanajwa businesses, why?
Nanajwa is my guy. I've been giving her businesses, but this time around I decided to do some runabouts behind the scene. But still. Still.
Why are you saying this program is bigger than her or what?
Oh no, not at all. Nanajwa has been being my MC on several occasions because I like the way she does her things, and but this time around I decided, as I told you earlier on, I decided to do some behind the scene runabouts and then put some stuff into some stuff.
Money, be hard guy. But that is fine. At Gaba, we hope everything goes well today, and we are on standby.
Yeah, that's there are so many big dignitaries who are passing through.
No, I saw the flights.
Yeah, sure.
When I saw the flights, I believed it. I believe that
they are all coming. They are all coming.
Fortunately, unfortunately, we are going out of town, so we will not be there. But send us a report.
Sure.
You have to send us reports so we can follow it.
Sure.
But next year, you'll be part of your awards. Sammy Flex TV will be part of all your awards.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, give us a role and let us play.
When
the profit also comes, you have to.
Oh, yeah. We need to cash out.
Cash out. When the profit comes, you let us cash out. You alone, you cash out. That's not fair. Anyway, that's our way of starting today's edition. And so many events over the weekend. Obian Ponsan is also doing his comedy gig today. Same venue. And tomorrow, there will be Once Upon a Radio by Kobna Ansa. And if you are watching, okay, I'm sure. Okay, yes. Kobna Ansa's show is tomorrow, Saturday. So I want to give someone a ticket to go see the Kobna Ansa show. I think I have some 2 tickets here. That is Once Upon a Radio. So if you are interested, if you want to go to the National Theatre and you have been following us on Sammy Flex TV, just give us a call or a WhatsApp on the number on the screen. I give you a ticket to go see the theatre production. And this guy, I trust him so much. He's a wonderful writer. His pieces are good. Go to the National Theatre, go have fun. Just give me a WhatsApp message. I want ticket to go see Kobna Ansa's Once Upon a Radio. And I have just 2 though. So, limited number of invitees. Anyways, let me welcome in Team Dodo Solomon Chemo, and also I have Derek Money, you've heard from him already, as well as Roland Amate. This is the squad I'm working with today. But I'm gathering information that Kofi Kinaata is not doing this year's Made in Tadi. And I'm kind of surprised a little bit because this is the year rather that I think so many people are looking forward to do things in Ghana in the area of events, and this is the time Kofi Kinaata is not doing. I asked producers to check on the PR of Kofi Kinaata if you can talk to him. But let me read what they've shared, and let's see some of the possibilities why they would take away this show at a time like this year. This year is the year that almost everybody is thinking about something in GH, and I'm shocked that it's this year that they are cancelling their gig. It says, update on Kofi Kinaata's annual Made in Tadi concert. And it reads, multiple award-winning artist Kofi Kinaata and the Team Move management regretfully announced that this year's Made in Tadi concert and all its related events have been called off due to circumstances beyond our control. Regardless, Kofi Kinaata will still spend quality time with his fans as he has been booked on a number of events across the country during the Yuletide. Though this year's Made in Tadi concert has been called off, Sekondi Takoradi remains your favorite Christmas destination, and as such, we encourage all Ghanaians to visit the Twin City during this Yuletide, and any inconvenience caused is deeply regretted. Still, we move, and this is signed by Nana Kwesi Kumsin, who is the PR of Team Move Ghana. So, Lapi, try and get Nana Kwesi Kumsin. Let's ask what the issues are, and I'm also going to ask my people whether they suspect some issues. Roland, you have been doing events. What do you think might be wrong?
Initially I thought it was going to happen this year because looking at even the agenda and the way this event is structured or has been built, I think that even the agenda of making Ghana a tourism destination country, and the fact that this event in particular seeks to promote local tourism to the world. I was of high hopes that in fact we were going to witness Made in Tadi concert, which is why we even mentioned it in some of our earlier videos or earlier publications. It's very unfortunate. I would want to pinpoint one or two as the main reason. One has to do with economic situations. The economic situations, because we all know the kind of and how hot the system is currently and the kind of competition we face. So looking at the event's magnitude and the things that go into its preparation, you would know that this is something that Kinaata has always, and I don't know if I don't think they've rigged in profit before, because this is an outdoor event.
But they always have sponsors.
Yes, I know they have sponsors. So I am just tempted to believe that maybe this year, even if they are able to get profit, probably this year's concert is beyond profit. Maybe they wouldn't be getting, or they will even be running at a huge loss, which is one of the reasons why they would want to forgo some of these things. And also because I think that they probably did not get, just like you mentioned not long ago, that the some of the events that were even captured in the GTA's event lineup, some had some sort of cushioning and incentives to boost up whatever they were doing. I am tempted to believe that such move did not go to Team Move.
Then could it also be that then their marketing strength is weak, because Charlie, Made in Tadi.
Yes, I know.
You're not getting that support. I'm kind of shocked, because I think that show, if Kofi Kinaata is not making profit, then like once again, their marketing strength or team is really not there like that.
Well,
because such shows, even individuals can take care of the cost.
Yeah.
This is regional minister who can come to your aid to help you, because it makes a Takoradi very big. Your district, the MPs and all those people, they can all support.
That's what I'm saying. It's very
Enterprise the latest ambassador for
Enterprise Insurance. They can't reject it.
And that's why I find it very, very disappointing. Like,
to know exactly.
Yes,
okay, so let me supply this. The PR says he wants us to talk to Kofi Kinaata himself. So he's trying to connect Kofi Kinaata to us to get his side of the story. Why this year of all, when Ghana is the destination center for Christmas, and of course the Takoradi anchors thing.
Yes,
now the most popular thing when it comes to
this year has even been one of the years that they've even put huge spotlight on it. Even talking, yes, from even from Cape Coast straight to Takoradi, you would realize that even this year's Central Music Awards even had a portion for masquerade, masquerades and those brass bands and all that, and these are part of the Anchor's celebration. So if at this year in particular that this is actually the biggest stage to even project that thing, and you just go off like that, I think it is very unfortunate and very disheartening for whatever reason that they are saying it is beyond their control. Maybe perhaps they should let it be known. Like I would wish that they would come out to say that, oh, probably due to ABCD, or maybe more bookings on their table. But I don't also think that more bookings should also make you take away such glory from your calendar or from your portfolio. Because yes, year in, year out, as you know, it solidifies the strength or how strong your brand is. So I don't think that an external booking, unless maybe the bookings that they are getting, the revenue is way bigger than what they get from Made in Tadi. Then maybe economically we would understand a little bit. But then, if it is even equal to what they regain from Made in Tadi, or it is not about some challenges they faced in the previous editions that they've not been able to overcome. I'm talking about in terms of security and other probably logistics problem that probably they faced in the previous years that they've not been able to still solve it. Then I don't know why at this particular point. And the announcement is also coming so late that it makes it more heartbreaking.
Okay, Derek.
Sammy.
What do you think might be some of the issues?
Sammy, I think I'll start with asking Kofi Kinaata and any management team. We have 3 questions. Is Kofi Kinaata sick?
No.
Has he forgotten his songs?
No.
Are we not giving him the necessary attention?
We have. In fact, he won the Artist of the Year in Ghana Music Awards USA.
So what is their problem?
See, circumstances beyond their control.
Okay, release, you know. I say they regret. Hey, they regret. Because one, first Western region, Kofi Kinaata, etimi the brand, you know, projected the Tadi, Ifekuma. Ama, wherever you go, the moment Kofi Kinaata comes in, he speaks. Tadi, yes, and it's going along with the brand. This has become an annual event. You are projecting the culture of Takrady. Everybody is being supportive. Let's look at Assignment to the World. It's another free event.
Yeah.
And it's moving.
Yeah.
So what is the reason behind the scene? Made in Tadi Emaso.
We wish Kofi Kinaata Babekasa.
Yeah, because last time, at a point in time, as a musician, as a brand, you need to pay cost to entertain your fans.
No, if it will break you, you won't.
That's I mean, at times it will break you, you won't. But in a situation whereby one laying it down, I'm done an annual event. Everybody is looking up to Obia to Susu because of Made in Tadi. I'm telling you, agenda. People, business people, average agendas within Made in Tadi.
Yeah.
And we are calling it off.
Who
say so no? Who say no? Now that you are going to go and then prepare to come again next year, look at how the preparation is going to go. But let's look at a brand like Kofi Kinaata. Kofi Kinaata, all we know in Ghana, has become one of the household names. This is Kofi Kinaata. Or a brand ambassador for Enterprise Insurance. They have all the money. The moment Kofi yes. The moment Kofi, a brand like Kofi Kinaata, Eddie proposed about to any company BNM, he stand 70% of winning the contract. So to me, that's why I asked these 3 questions. If none of them or none of the above, any Kofi Kinaata they are, then they are being lazy. Oh yeah, they are being lazy.
Take your time.
Oh, brother, I don't need to take my time with certain things.
Lazy, they are not being.
Yeah, they are being lazy.
They said it is beyond their control.
Laziness.
What it means that they would wish to do it,
so what,
but they are not able.
And if these questions are 3 questions, they are being lazy. Because this is the time where a friend is saying beyond the year of return, December in Ghana. These are all initiatives that you're building it down. You say other countries are all eba for tourism and art and culture. They should come and experience the culture we have in Ghana. And Tadi, their culture is one of the cultures they really enjoyed it.
Yeah, especially the anchors in.
Yes. So why are you telling me say the Made in Tadi only this time round? Mefa press release in Sanko, no more Sam Rebim. Yeah, that's me. They need to do it at all costs. Oh yeah, they need to do it at all costs. Yeah, that's me. I'm trying to challenge.
They need to do it at all costs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Muntimi. Anytime I can say they are being lazy, because logistics. Then the here Muntimi. They need to come out. Logistics. The artists be break crowd no more. They are willing. They are ever ready. Obi they are that dream. So this year they are Made in Tadi. They made that should be. Artists are preparing, and then you break it down just like that. No, that's what I'm saying. They are being lazy. If not laziness, they should come out, give us a tangible reason. Reason a better argument. Maybe we say this, and that is the main reason why we are not doing Made in Tadi. If not, I will say the management are being lazy, including Kofi Kinaata himself.
All right, so we are still hoping to get Kofi Kinaata, like the PR Kwesi Kumsin has promised us that he wants Kinaata himself to talk to us. So we are hoping that Kinaata comes to talk to us. Chemo, what are some of the possibilities that you think might be causing the no-show for this year's Made in Tadi?
It will be difficult for me to guess, but I think obvious one for me, based on their own press release, is there are other shows that may be conflicting with Made in Tardy. Other shows are boy and Sika Wizkid. And you know, over way too. This care ban also take it before thinking about doing Made in Tardy. Because at this point, I think Made in Tardy is still a free show, and he will bear some cost. I mean, even if sponsors are coming on board or people will help in that direction, there will be some cost to be able or not personally or being care. And you know, when he compares that one to other shows that he will play and pocket that money, I mean, it's likely say a bit me for go Made in Tardy, which is the sad part anyway. I wish thank God bit me a compromise the IABB just to play the show, because they were getting roots like Made in Tardy something that they look forward to, because why no once, why no twice, and bars are bar honey that didn't you know. It's like every year people will be looking forward to going to Tardy for Made in Tardy concerts, and at the point people are getting used to it. Now they will plan towards it and all that. Now BBC is here. It's like it's disappointing, and a bit me. I'm a enthusiasm. Ne, na man for my show no a better form. At the time that you want to come back, it may be difficult because starting it not easy, but you were able to do it. You have done it once, twice. I think 3 or 4 times in a row. I'm a man for you used to it in the just beginning of the year. People will be thinking, okay, Made in Tardy, we will be going, so let's prepare and all that. Then the latter part of the month, like within the month that it may happen, no more or back out to say it cannot happen, circumstances beyond his control. Yes, I will give it to him. If it beyond his control, why not? What can we do? We should just support him for him to do it. But if I have to guess, I'm guessing because of you know, this year say we will be playing other shows that you enjoy. May the best say they will be getting other gigs that will make them more money than doing Made in Tardy. And
but I understand. You see, Sarkodie.
Yeah.
25th December.
Yeah.
No matter how much you want to pay him, he will see a rapperholic a bigger thing than how much you are giving him.
Yes.
So those things that are for the artists, they don't compromise on it.
Yes.
25th December. Forget about how much you are paying Sarkodie.
And I think Made in Tardy can also get to the point that it will be of no compromise. Like nothing can be compared to it. But at this time, I doubt if it has it. The only way out is that he will trade off certain things, certain benefits from other place, and I'm guessing he's not ready to do that. Or they will give other reasons. Obviously, maybe Senkai Unya no na one ne kasa. I'm thinking so on can be. But I said what Babe press release there say you will still be hearing from me in other shows. I'm guessing say other shows will pay more than Made in Tardy. Because Made in Tardy is a free show. So we should just support him when he's ready to do it. But for now, it's just sad for people of.
But that's not the first time Kinaata has called off Made in Tardy.
When he called off was COVID. So that
yes,
one.
But even that one, it was right after the COVID restrictions were eased, where people were actually doing shows and people
no. That one could be understood because the condition, you've even preconditioned your mind that no, it is not going to happen. So when it comes right after, because if you have to plan this, you plan from time back. So if all these while conditions were that you're not going to do it, it comes in the next month. So that one day we have to only agree that he came in at the COVID era. But like this time we are still thinking about what really is beyond their control that they cannot do it. But we wish them well. I have been part of the event, I think, for some 3 years or so, and it has been great all the time. The numbers are huge. Like everything about that show has been on point. Organization challenge, so beautiful. So it's quite unfortunate that this time Kinaata and his people are not too happy with it. But let's see what happens next year. Who knows? They might come up with something bigger than necessary, as we have been talking about. So still on events, December in GH looking good. Wizkid's event is tomorrow at the Accra Sports Stadium. Let me ask Roland if there are some updates in terms of hype. Are we now feeling the hype? But I hear people talking about it though. I hear people who are really looking forward to attend that event. But what is new? Wizkid live in concerts, Accra Sports Stadium.
So the second wave has been released. And
second wave of artists
has been released, and it is Asaka Boys. We have Small God, we have Yao Talk, DJ Tunes, Mike Smith, iThings DJ, and Sky.
Is it iPhone DJ?
I don't think it's iPhone DJ, because iPhone DJ spells it the same iPhone. So
okay.
I am tempted to believe this is a different DJ. Sky.
iPhone DJ too is a Wizkid boy.
Okay, probably. I don't know if that's why he's changed the name. If that's how he's changed the name.
iPhone DJ is a Wizkid boy. He's been traveling with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then it is possible.
So that name.
The Malik.
How are you going to pronounce it?
That's why.
Skylar Tyler.
Skylar Tyler.
Skylar Tyler.
Who is
and Malik DJ. So far
any update on setup so far?
So the only setup online has to do with the one that I got not long ago, and that was about few days ago. I think around Tuesday or so, which setup was still ongoing. I want to believe as at now, setup is done. So where the white.
Wait. This seems to be in the middle of the pitch.
That is what I was saying last time on Mudi Mechineno.
Hey.
Yeah, this is in the middle of the pitch.
Yes.
And so the match that I told you that will be happening a day after has been moved to a different venue. Yes. The friendly match between the Black Satellites and House.
They have moved it to a different venue.
Yes.
Wow, Charlie, the setup looks crazy.
Yeah, that's the setup. 2 weeks.
So if I'm what we are seeing, that looks like the aeroplane wings. That's going to be a stage.
Yes.
Yeah, it's part of it.
It's part of the stage.
From the middle there to this point.
So on the right yellow yes, that has to do with the VIP connect to where the stage is. So you see they gave a session for the VIP where they said it would be the best view to the stage. So that would be that side, and they are building another wing on the left side. Then the regular and the other people would be in the middle there.
Wow. Charlie, this is a huge investment. Yeah. Is that cranes I see there?
Yeah. That's what they are using to build the stage. This is
yes.
Charlie.
Serious business.
Yes, serious
cranes, like 2 cranes doing the setup.
Yes.
Wow.
So you can imagine.
I'm missing this thing. I wanted to go see how this thing, especially the setup and how things will be done. Yeah. Wow. But of course, there will be videos and photos for us to see later.
Yeah.
So this is great.
I like the way they've made a use of the whole place. In fact, it is not only about you mounting a stage somewhere, just one corner and just playing. Even with this stage in the crown and its magnitude, you realize that they will make use of almost maybe 80 to 70% of the whole stadium, because the stage height stands in the crown on the tall side in the crown, you would still see the stage. You can still have.
So what does it mean? They are looking at playing this show 360?
That I don't know. But looking at the setup, probably it will be possible.
To be 360.
So if Wizkid does it, that means he'll be the first musician to have done 360 at Accra Sports Stadium. Hey, Star Boy. Derek, are you also hearing something about the hype and how it is going so far?
I think Wizkid and the team or the event organizers are doing a great job because they have so many sponsored ads. On Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you pass, you see the sponsored ads.
Really?
Oh yeah. and it's really moving.
On YouTube too?
Yeah,
wow.
It's really moving. So I think the event
organizer. I was also told they are having their advert on TV3 and other platforms.
Yes, that tells you the investment the event organizers have put into the event. And then I think the team are doing a great job. Because Wizkid, an A-list artist like this, a global artist like this, now mounted stage in Ghana, you need to do all the necessary things to get the necessary hype. Because shown I think 350 Ghana cedis, yeah, which is quite expensive in Ghana.
And that's the least of the charges.
The least of the charges, and in Ghana. I just want to emphasize in Ghana. Oh yeah, in Ghana, 350 Ghana cedis, somebody's salary. We are going to spend it just like that. Oh yeah.
People have been spending people's salaries every day.
Oh yeah. So I think so far so good. They are doing a great job, and then we understand Nigeria really knows how to do the show business game, and this is what they are doing. Because if you look at the investment that is going in and look at the rates, automatically if they are able to fill the stadium, they are going to cash out. Yeah, if they're able to fill the stadium, I think the Ohinijan stadium is 42,000 or 45,000 probably.
I think
capacity. 40,000.
Yeah, 40 capacity, and if you're able to fill this whole stadium, compare the amount they are charging the tickets, I think they mean business. And it's not going to be risky alone. You see the strategy they've used, put the Cowboys on, put other artists on to get the masses they are looking for. With hype, they are getting the hype. They are doing it massively, and that's how event is supposed to be. You invest into it, especially when it comes to promotion and then publicity. You let the audience get to know of the event. Even you be this kakra now, the moment he sees the advert running, no, I started to kakra, so be nyaka, could be so be key, slaking be key. Oh, the budget kakra, the beko. Ningina publicity, any promotion, a comono, and I could journey to win. So, I think the Wizkid show in the brass, tomorrow is going to be another day. And one thing I may expect, so they say, it's not going to be only the preparation of the show. During and after.
Yeah.
They are still going to get the hype.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. After how the show go.
How the show go. They are still going to get the mentioning, and then it's going to they are going to take over Ghana. And I like the strategy that the Nigerians are using to cash out in Ghana. This is the right time.
But one thing that I'm also looking out for has to do, the first wave has UJ. That is UG official as the only Nigerian on bail, even as at now, aside the DJs and all that. So I am just tempted to have an open mind that are we going to have Nigerian surprise act as well? Because I'm sure the last time you even predicted that even the next wave was going to be some Nigerian act, and so far he's not mentioned any of them, so I'm tempted to believe maybe some would be passing through as surprise act.
That is what Derek is talking about. That to be the after hype.
Yeah,
when any of them should come through as surprise act.
I like as Roland is saying. There are so many Nigerians who are in Ghana, musicians, the international musicians, A-list artists, Nigerians, they are living in Ghana, but we don't know. They just go to and flow. So surprises, there definitely we will see surprises. You will not be surprised, you will see Burna Boy, I assume see coming down, up and flow. Yes, so definitely.
Wow.
That is the surprise we're talking about. Yeah, so get the mentioning. Yeah, so
that wouldn't be a surprise. It would be a miracle.
I agree with you. It would be a miracle.
I hear Afrochella and Afro Nation. If you are going to perform within a certain radius for some duration, you cannot
mount certain stages. Yes.
So for Burna Boy, I can rule him out because he has Afrochella to play. Yeah. And for all those boys who are on the big events, they won't pass through, but there are other ones because Wizkid also have some. But he has some boys that he's also.
But now I think that even that clause they've been able to tone it down or even regulate it a bit because
just for some people.
Well,
some people, Sako there for instance,
and Stoneboy.
Like them, they have the annual event.
Yes.
So they cannot throw away the annual event because of your.
I'm not even talking about annual events. Stoneboy is on Afrochella. And it's also on Afro Nation.
So they will use all those things to defend themselves.
But first, when Stoneboy was built for Afro Nation, all the artists that were built for the first Afro Nation that happened were not built on Afrochella. Yes, they were taken off due to those things.
Yeah. So some people will get it, but others too, of course, they will be tight on you. And it's like that. I'm sure Shatta, for instance, we had some shows we were discussing, but he wouldn't want to play all those shows until the Afrochella show. So it could also be some of these things. Yes.
So that's you know, I think promotion wise and publicity they've done their best, and that's the way every event is supposed to go. You invest into your promotion and then your publicity to get the needed attention. At the end of the day, if you are able to make income, is the event organizer who you are going to cushion your pocket. So that's the way every event organizer, they need to learn from them. They have that mentality that let's invest. At the end of the day, we get it back.
Okay, Chamo, we speak finally on this one.
Yeah.
Wizkid in Ghana and how the hype looks like for you now.
I think so far so good. And initially we were wondering how they are going to execute it. We didn't know their strategy, but they are doing it their own way. The kind of promotions that they are doing and how they are going about it. I think it's so far so good. We just have to wait and see the final result. And then looking at the preparation and then how they are mounting the stage is something that we need to see the final result. It's interesting. It's like good. Yeah, we just have to see how everything will go. And I think they have experience. I mean, Wizkid has played huge shows all over the world. Like he's been moving around, so I think they have enough experience to execute this one as well. And looking at the people that they are putting on board, the artists passing through and all that, I think it's a good strategy and it will work for him.
Okay.
But we will still need to see the final results before we make any comment. But so far, so I think it will be a successful show. Okay. Yes, looking at how things are going, everything will go the way they have planned it. And it's because they have the experience and they are also ready to invest to make it happen. And so we have to wait for the day. That's the show that I said it wouldn't be bad if I attend. Yeah, just to see how things will go. Yes.
They called for some applications, so we see if we can work out some magic for you to attend in our absence. We will see. Because that event, we need to be there.
Yeah.
We need to be there. So, Wizkid, Oga, and Roland was saying Wizkid will come and do it. I told you. Roland was like, oh, he'll come. Wizkid. In fact, as to when he will touch that graph, before you know, you will not know. But now, I want to believe he's in town.
He's in town.
But have you seen any video or anything showing that he's arrived?
And I was a cactus.
That guy was a cactus.
And I'm guessing because he has been there before.
Oh, okay. Okay, he likes to lot there.
Yeah, the last time he came, he was.
And you see, he would love such a place.
Yeah.
Wizkid wouldn't want to be at, say, Kempinski or them popular places. That guy is some living. He's some living. You don't see him.
Yeah.
And I wonder how he does it. You don't see Wizkid though. He won't post anything he's doing on social media. Hey!
Coded.
But still he's big.
Yeah.
You know, that's what this thing is big.
Yeah!
Coded. He has built a solid brand.
Well, yeah.
I think the team around him, they are also
doing a good job.
That's why it's working out. It's working for him, yeah.
Okay, so Rocky Dauni is not happy, and it's because of Derek Money and his people. Man has been complaining that you guys are worrying me. Now I'm saying I'll live in Ghana to ply my trade as a musician, and being here to you guys will not give me my peace. I go for an interview, I come not then you twist headlines. I go for an interview, I come not then you are saying something. Hi, why are you doing that to Rocky Dauni? Our only 3-time Grammy nominee. Why are you guys doing this to him? Derek Money will start this for me after watching this video.
Hello. I hope everybody that's watching this live, I decided to go live because I just saw a few headlines by some Ghanaian
Hello. I hope everybody that's watching this live. Hello. I hope everybody that's watching this live. I decided to go live because I just saw a few headlines by some Ghanaian newspapers and then also bloggers that took words that I have not said, interviews that I've done, took little pieces of it and have created captions and headlines that are so terrible. And one of them that I want to call out is Ghana celebrities. I saw them put a headline today that said that Rocky Dawuni says Ghanaian musicians are lazy. How can a headline like that for somebody whose interviews have been about empowering Ghanaian musicians, telling them about how people should work on originality? Because I said originality, you flipped it around and said, I said Ghanaian musicians are lazy. Another one too that I saw, that they've taken my photographs and said because I talked about how musicians should innovate, I am actually talking about my contemporary and my friends Shatta, Wale, Sammy and Stonebwoy. And then the caption said that Rocky Dawuni says this is why Stonebwoy, Sammy and co are not going international. Pitting me against my own friends and people in the industry, whilst all that we are doing is working together to build a harmonious industry. There's also a blogger online, even Pulse. Pulse has an article today about something that I mentioned about concerts in Ghana. Somebody asked me why I'm not playing a lot of concerts, and I'm like, I have no idea why I'm not playing a lot of concerts. I'm playing a few of them, but ask the event producers. Then they went, took little bits of it, put a headline that I have now questioned events producers, telling them, asking them why they don't book me. And then a whole lot of ones too I saw, like they had even stories of things that I haven't said. We have to be careful about what we print, you know, and this is not only me. This is about what is going on in our media space. We take the language, you know, the contributions of people, and then we create new headlines. And those new headlines, because we are men, people want to get click streams, they put the most injurious, the most, for the lack of a better word, messed up headlines, just so that they create controversy for people to click on the news. I am saying directly to Ghana celebrities, Ghana Web, I saw that story too being posted over there. And also Pulse, please, all of you, check your headlines. Whatever you have reprinted is not what I said. I spoke about things that were instrumental in bettering people. And when you talk about things that instrumental in bettering people, that does not mean that you are against others. So don't take my words and twist it and create new headlines and fabricate things that I have not said and try to use it just to soil my good name. You are media centers. Authenticity and truthful reporting is key. And this is something that is happening not only to me, but it's happening to a lot of people. And you have to be responsible, because the words and the headings that you put out there draws negative energy and negative reaction from people. And it is not acceptable. This is not freedom of speech, and freedom of media does not mean that these people who do and operate this way have the right to abuse, you know, the good name of others. So I am a man of peace, you know, but I will not sit down and see this, should I say, status quo being perpetuated here. These media houses, please do the due diligence. Take down your story. If you don't have a corroborated story, don't go and take some news item and pick quotes and then fabricate your own headlines. That's not news. Okay? So This is just the first across the board that I'm just putting that out to you and to all Ghanaians who are reading these headlines to know that these stories are not true. One says that I said Ghanaian musicians are lazy. That's the first one. Another one too says Rocky Dawuni, a blogger that I found that I actually just sent. He said, I think it's Year Something blog. He said I said Ghanaian musicians are copycats, which I never said that. And then one too now is Pitting has actually brought names of Ghanaian musicians and saying that just to talk about how people can expand their music, that means that I am actually referring to them. That is a no-no, right? So I'm just doing this live broadcast just so that whoever is listening, please call Ghana celebrities, Ghana Pulse, all of these news people who are putting out these false information and fake news, and tell them please to take it down. Thank you very much. Let's all work together, to bring the best in us. Let's all work together to be truthful. Let's all work together not to take advantage of people's hard-earned names and put them in a light so that we can be able to increase the click stream that we seek. Thank you very much. God bless us.
Well, so veteran reggae musician Rocky Dawuni, who is really making Ghana proud, especially when it comes to the corridors of Grammys, and he's complaining because of Derek money and his life. Derek, where big man's at? He has not. I've not even seen him done a live video before. In fact, he's got a nomination. He'd not even do a live video talk about it. You guys are stressing him that he's saying this and that, and now he has to do live. Meanwhile, you guys are not even promoting his nomination well, but you are stressing him. You do, and go to anybody's interview. Stoneboy. Stoneboy has come to say something. Richie, you can bold it a little bit. Let me see what Stone is saying.
Long time we know.
Okay.
We know and see them.
Stoneboy said, long time you know and see them tactics. Shine on, Papa Rocky, rise. And Floki says, first they will not support. Floki said, first they will not support. And then when you work so hard to put the country on the map, then they try to pull you down. What a people. More blessings to you, King. Keep soaring higher. And he says, okay, Amir Deborah has also come and he says yes. Let me see Rocky's caption too. I think that is at the top. It says public service announcement. A lot of fake publications spreading misinformation and lies about me and pitting people against each other. Please be aware. Do not believe or share. Thank you. Derek, good night. And
I think say Rocky Dawuni akasa and no can so no can in no credit. Say Obeka 7 na ya to stay 7 no at times this is what you said, but before you are reading the story, this is what the story is saying. Which one or the other now, it seems like I said the all kind of crowd won't the all kind won't
yes.
Yeah.
Some young boys came to interview me some time ago, and I'm here story that I'm so I'm here video now. I'm sending headline I'm telling mommy, I said you're mature. Sammy Flex says xylophone. I'm saying,
no kind of way.
How can you write it? And you want me to share it?
Small boy,
so you want me to share this?
Nanga.
Like how?
That's your headline.
Sammy Flex said he did not get anything from xylophone. Wait. Yes, I guess so many things. Then go alive and say,
what am I? Or say, some of you, sometimes you write stupid headline just to put pressure on us. Or only the Wadamaya says he makes 200 billion every month on YouTube. They have converted the money that to cities, and not just cities, to all cities.
Pressure. That's I make and it all boils down to the ethics of journalism. I think this time the blogging job needs to be becoming too cheap to the extent that everybody hiding some corner will call him or herself a blogger. And then he's getting the necessary attention. I wrote a post some time ago, and then I was trying to let Ghanaians understand that there's a difference between a blogger, a publicist, a writer. There are so many differences between these people. Yeah. You need to be aware. Because somebody can be a writer, but he's not a blogger. Somebody can be a writer, he's not a publicist, unless he's given that role or being trained to be a publicist. Do it like that, let's do it like that before the person becomes a publicist. Somebody is a complete blogger, he knows everything about blogging, he can do publication, he can do write stories for himself, he can do promotions and publicities and then stuff like that. So it's about time we need to differentiate between all this. So if you see somebody posting something, you get to know exactly what the person is doing. Because one, Nameka said it has bowed down to the ethics of journalism. Somebody can call somebody somewhere, just come and write, and then I'll publish it for you. That's what yen.com are doing. They will hire somebody somewhere and say, if you can just read and write. Meaning the person that don't have that ethics, you don't even know what to call defamation.
They just take sources.
Yes. They'll just pick you because you can read and write. They just pick you, you read, you write, they publish. The person don't have that knowledge about journalism.
Are you sure about what you're saying?
Oh, I'm very sure about what I'm saying, Rasami. Not even the ethics. You don't know anything. It's just there. Just come and read and write. So you write publications, the number of stories you publish a day. At times they give you 10 stories to publish a day. So imagine you're giving somebody 10 stories to publish a day. Copy and paste. You just change the headline. You go to another blog because he cannot think and write well because the person is not a writer. He's not just a writer, not a very good writer. So you just go to other blogs, a trained writer. Yeah. You just go to other blogs, copy, then change the headline, then add some spices to the story, and then you throw it to the editor. And the editor, since he's not online doing the research, he thinks it's a new story. He just published. So I think Rocky Dawouni, I've seen it all. And it's not only Rocky Dawouni who is complaining. We have so many complaints from our celebrities, from our public figures who are saying, we said this, we did not say that. That is one thing that has paved way for vloggers, that video bloggers, that Instagram bloggers. That is one thing that has paved way for them. Because since they will give you the video, so if you write the story, then we compare the story to the video, we understand that the person said this, but you've twisted it. That's why the video bloggers are making waves. And it's bad down to how we, the bloggers, the writers, we are going to put our things right or do things right. If you continue doing this, and we'll be having so many complaints, bitter complaints like this, how are they going to trust we, the writing bloggers? They are going to have different perception about you, especially when you get closer to them to do interview. Say you are going to do the interview, and at the end of the day, you are going to say, I said this. Meanwhile, in the interview, I did not say this. That's why you see so many Instagram bloggers, they are doing video. They do the video, they take your money, then they go. But it's not documented. Okay. At the end of the day, when you are looking for sources, when you are looking for your story, that can go far. That is where we need the publication, the writing bloggers. We need them. But look at how the system has been going nowadays. Because of certain things. Crazy headline. A headline that will catch attention. You think you are looking for traffic. Put your job, your position, make your position very important. That's why when you see a group of team, whenever they are doing an event, when they are talking about bloggers who can write, they look at this angle. Bloggers, the video bloggers, then the writing bloggers. Normally they go for me at Debra. You see, he came to clap. Yeah, because he agreed with what Rocky Dawouni is saying. Well, send you only panic can say. When the person sees it, say, this is what exactly was I said, and not the memo panic post to I share, then your story goes far. Not what the person said, the opposite. Because you want traffic, you want trends. This is one thing I think say we need to set up a team. Because I've always said this, we don't have a bloggers association in Ghana, but the organizers bloggers summit. We don't have bloggers association in Ghana as it stands today, but the organized bloggers summit.
Okay, so there might not be an association, but there could be a summit.
I understand you.
Yeah.
But there's supposed to be an association that who are going to teach them, or better still, train those coming bloggers. Because one thing we need to
out of the summit, there could be, or there could, they could get an association from it.
Through, we need to scrutinize the whole blogging system. Because if
in fact the fact is that it will be hard for you to scrutinize the blogging system. Do you know why? Everybody here has a social media account.
Exactly.
And how we decide to use our social media account will make us bloggers or not. Today, if Currency says he wants to be a food blogger, anytime he goes to someone selling food, he will take photos and videos and post. He will become a food blogger. It will shock you that when they are doing event on food, they will invite him.
Sure.
He will become a food blogger.
And
he is working somewhere doing it. How do you scrutinize his works, or how do you even streamline his works? It is his space.
That's why I say we need to have an association. Because for once, if this issue pops up, he mentioned GhanaCelebrities.com, which you are saying Chris Vincent. Fine. If he is part of the association will listen to the video. We'll call him. We try to tell him something, and this is the complaints we are having. Let's make our work. A friend is saying, let's make our work in a way diligent, in a way people will see, say, this is what we are putting out there. Because if you don't have these associations, last time you continue seeing this, which will be affecting our celebrities, our public figures. Was
you think association stop it?
But I mean, association can do something. But I mean, we can. But I mean, we can do something.
There is a GFE. Sorry, GG. There is a GG, Ghana Journalists Association, and they are the key people in positions like newspaper editors, radio editors, radio presenters. Are they still not messing up? They are still messing up.
But
I think we just need to conscientize the people that brands are to be protected. Maybe that's what we all have to do in our small corners, that brands are to be protected. This is Rocky Daouni.
Yeah.
This is someone who
an international brand
leading our music space in terms of Grammy nomination and all. Such a person, we need to protect him. I'm sure that is what our industry always fails to recognize. So you see resource people, pundits, entertainment critics who will sit with top artists and insult them in their face. Yes, we don't, and it's all, that's how it starts too. But if someone can sit in front of a top artist, in fact, and insult him in his or her face, then what can't I write in my small corner that I'm not seeing him? So we just need to conscientize ourselves that, Charlie, these guys are our ambassadors for the country. We need to protect them, like Rocky Daouni. We don't have to write in this about him. Making, like, how do you even pit Rocky Daouni against Shatta, Wale and Stonebwoy? Come through.
I'm saying this thing, like as I was saying, interviews. When you are getting closer to an artist to interview him, they are being selective.
Yes.
And these are some of the things because one concern who you are. And I think it's something I had been.
Is there any solution to this?
Solution, not really. The solution will be people distinguishing themselves from what others are doing. Like when we talk about bloggers, those who are doing decent job, some names will come to your head, and that's the solution. Like as we are all admitting that Amaya Debra will not do something like this. And Kofi, for instance, is also putting himself in such a position. So those who think they can do better should rather position themselves for us to notice them, so that we can say, okay, these guys won't do that. But when you hear, oh, these people, that's how they are, then when they lose credibility, then we will not take their headlines serious. But it can't stop. You can't stop anybody from being. When that person steps out of line, then you can take him to court. Or you can use the other means to punish him. You see, when he was talking, there were other headlines just running through my head. And he will not be happy about them.
Yeah.
You see, I can say something like, Rocky Daouni says he's the man of peace, but ready to fight bloggers who are twisting his words. He didn't use the word fight.
Yes.
But if you are not happy with what they are saying and you are saying that they should get rid of them, indirectly you are fighting them.
Yeah.
But that fight word is coming from me. It's not coming from you. But I'm inferring based on what you said. So how you come out or you do a video and say, I didn't use the word fight. I didn't know. Come on, you will be exhausted. You can't. The guys, the thing that they are doing, yes, sometimes it's so disheartening. It's so not right. Like you will not be happy. But just know that we have credible people who will not do this and put your hopes on them. But because if you go after these people, it will not go anywhere. In fact, you are giving them more headlines to write. The more you talk, the more they get.
They'll misbehave.
And these kind of people will never be out of the system. In fact, it's almost not bongo ideas more. Like when others are fading, then others will also be coming in. It's part of it. Even in proper news agencies, established news agencies, they still do this. I mean, I remember KSM used to tell a joke that a scenario of Nana Rollins and his wife Nana Kunedu on a jet ski on the water like jet ski, and then Nana Kunedu's scarf will just fall on the water, and then Rollins will just stop the jet ski, walks on the water, go and take the scarf and give it to Nana Kunedu. The same thing with President Kofi, the same scenario. And then let's look at the headlines. The papers will report it. Then the MPP newspapers will say, day of shame. Rollins can't swim.
Walks on water.
He walks on water. He can't swim. That's why he's walking on water. And then the NDC newspaper will say, miracle.
Walks on water.
Rollins, yes, the same thing. No, let's turn it. Kofi will do the same thing, and then
the people who said shame.
The people who said this, JJ can't swim. Now we say miracle.
Walks on
water. Now it's miracle. Then the NDC people will say. Arrogant. Kofi imitates Christ. The same thing, the same scenario. We have 4 different headlines talking about the same thing, even with established institutions. How will this thing stop? You can't stop it. And people will do their own things too. So fighting it is difficult. That's why we even have, like, now you can take them to court if you think they are now stepping over.
Not satisfied
with what is happening.
So some people have done it and they've won.
Yes. So I will encourage them. Yes, this is not good in any way. I mean, just worrying people for nothing. I mean, why do you have to twist words just to make someone feel bad? But it will continue to happen. So people like Rocky Dawunin and others like Stone, Floking Stone and others, you should just know that this thing can't stop. But there's a remedy, and that is taking some people to court if you think that they are going overboard. But otherwise, you just take it like that. Find a way to cope with it, or find a way to, feel okay about them, because it won't stop. Don't deceive yourself. This thing won't stop. Bongo ideas will continue. Bongo ideas and his likes will continue to exist.
Yeah, his likes.
And this
they don't
is
like
the way
you, but
that
they like it.
Yes.
Hey.
Rose.
This
you
is
are also in the fraternity. How do we solve this?
This is sad. Actually, the solution would be just sending a word of caution and speaking against some of these more practices. Because the truth of the matter is that there are more practices in every field, and this happens to be one that the blogging fraternity is also fighting. That has to do with I don't want to say negative headlines. That has to do with lies, okay, or what they call fake news. I don't want to call it fake because news is news. It is either the person is telling lies or is not telling lies. That's it. So if the person is telling lies about you, it's lies. If the person has written news about you, that is news. There is nothing like fake news. So That is one thing that in the establishment of an association to regulate some of these things, I even think that it wouldn't even be the solution to whatever we are facing. In fact, even if there should be an establishment of an association, it is just to fight for the betterment of the fraternity, and not to. And the truth of the matter is, it can't even regulate because of how these people, some way, somehow, especially in recent times, are being recruited into the fraternity. Like you said, somebody can just pick up the phone, and due to how consistent the person would be on a particular subject or in a particular field, then or title also the offer in dues can, then then we move on. But it all has to do with who respects the ethics of the job, or who understands the ethics of the job, to know where to step, where not to step, where to pause, where not to pause, where to go and where not to go. So it is just that we should also be alert. We find ourselves in that profession space, we should also be alert to always condemn such moves. Else, the moment we keep quiet, we give room to other people to think that we also endorse those more practices. Therefore, they will definitely argue. And the law for clouds and trends and sensationalism is also one thing that has amplified some of these more practices a lot. So if we in the space also, the moment a colleague goofs, you don't sit on platform whilst you know the person has goofed. You don't sit on platform to protect the person, sort of, or even try to even endorse those more practice. If we do that, we will even keep our colleagues in check even before these people come at us. That is the whole fraternity.
Okay, now finally, let's do this finally so we can wrap it up here on Sammy Flex TV for the week on Showbiz Daily. Azonto has said something. I don't know how serious what he's saying sounds or how true it sounds. He says in the industry, sometimes you might have to copy in quotes, or you might have to emulate the Shatta Wale character. But interestingly, the more you try to emulate the Shatta Wale character, if you are not careful, you will also be seen as someone who is disrespectful. I don't know if you guys get it. You know, you have to be hard. You have to talk about your issues. You have to confront issues without fear or favor. But he's also saying that at the same time, the more you try to do that, you might come out as disrespectful. Could this be true or not? Let's go watch a video excerpt from Class Showbiz on CTV. When we come back, I get the views of my people, then we run away from here. Let me get the history right. Time Ben now branching from being a let me get the history right. Time Ben now branching from being a DJ to going to the studio to record. Saying they see
music here. I think that I'm really surprised that Yangopo recently one my voice I made to me because many voice edit too.
Yeah.
But me really Shatta Wale money Kofi me say music is your voice.
And a fact.
Yes.
Unrespected, yeah.
Oh no. Oh yeah, senior man.
Yeah. Now beyond Shatta Wale Nukra, there are so many artists be not to be met my to a job kai. Me want a man away. Me want a man away. Yeah, man, you know, me want a man on a cry hit.
Now do you
Aye, Kinaata. Honestly, the voice.
that because Rasta me maybe no Rasta that me answer yeah. I realize they inspired me. People like Shatta Wale inspired me that you can also make it. Also Shatta Wale is full of inspiration.
Yeah.
Wow, they be American say Udi Shatta Wale here, the only disadvantage is one from me in the sense that or more motivation now who say I pay it to me. No, and it's true because in India I have stopped even befriending some bloggers and some presenters because Charlie, I'm not going to do anything too much. I'm going to say they be a bit afraid to muska. They be
almost now one answer saying.
I stay in the car forever and ever. Sammy, they bet my age.
Yeah, I get you. I stay in the car.
You do be it is we are simple back on Didi.
Yeah.
To me, they are promoting us. Obi aso didi on ejuma.
Exactly.
What I say? Say me call them producer say oh fine because Obi didi na we are so you give. You if you want to be given you give.
Exactly.
But men yet say no. That is it. Then I'll stop playing your music. Then I'll stop. Na Bugana obono ama bibi. They should support. That's why Ebu Adameka say who follow Wale Bibra. Obe inspire ma one shot. Umbebu ebi mo because at the end of the day nyami na you. Yeah. That's what they don't know.
First studio song I hear anything.
The first studio me choices.
Choices.
Yeah.
And then
I'm far because obi eni me. But na me choices here the chinsa ko the choices. The check is what the choices.
Yes.
Say yeah no the opa the make no opa on your time at the DJ Azonto choices.
Na the chinsa ko the mu de no.
Obi ade. I'm not joking.
But na man phone ni mu ntino.
Oh send nti send na me check about me the many kan kaba.
Nti den na san inspire wo mo san ko bi because why first one amfa one power and na san ko studio.
And I'm studio BM nti me first one me na me nti amfa nti medical na me medical DJ no. And also Charlie I want dash you this song. So no recording Jumbe na or the man no be God. And so yeah no so far kakra.
Alright, so that was man like DJ Azonto telling the story of how sometimes Shatta Wale can inspire you to the extent that if you are not careful, people will even say you are disrespectful. Quickly, Roland, how true is this statement from Azonto?
100%.
It's true, huh?
It's very true. It's very true. You know, we live in a space, especially most of our culture upbringing has to do with the fact that you are supposed to be calm, you are supposed to say yes, Amasa, you are supposed to almost bow down to everything, whether you agree with it or not, especially if you are on the inferior side. There's nothing like being outspoken. The moment you even decide to even let the world know of what you have, if you don't take care, some people will term you even as being arrogant, without even you portraying any form of arrogance, even in their presence. But the moment you tend to let, you think you have this water and you just want to show it off, to somebody, it is a move of arrogance. So, and it is true, we know Shatta Wale to be very outspoken. And I am glad the example that he cited that has to do with the fact that, because man can come out and say, I negotiate my own deals. I sometimes create my own flyers. I record. I do this. I do that. The media did not make me and whatsoever. You see all these things. These are all inspirations to artists for them to know that they can be independent. They can start stuff with without people's help, but later, like when the help comes, it will elevate them. That has to do with the fact that okay, now if you don't have a graphic designer, let's say, because probably now you can't afford a graphic designer, you can take the pen and start something on your own. Just do what you can, then the rest will come from God. You understand? But some people will take this advice and with their because of how their temperament is, will tend to use it to disrespect other people. So assuming a graphic designer comes to you and say, oh, probably I can do a better job for you, but these are my charges, the person can use that, the fact that, oh, Shatta Wale self says he is doing his own artworks, and to him it is nice. The moment you come and tell him you can do a better job, even at a higher fee, they will tell you for so, which is very disrespectful. So it is true, and especially if you get some of these motivations and your temperament doesn't match up with such motivation. You know, Obiani the way of receiving motivation or executing. You understand? Obiani the way of receiving motivation or executing. So, Onyo Obiana, nyame bi wo hono ma Shatta Wale kan. Otiase. If Shatta Wale has so many times that I will slap you. If I meet you, I will slap you. If I meet you, I will slap you. Yet he meets those same people, and you see him hugging them up and down, laughing up and down. But somebody will hear that and say, because Shatta Wale says you slap this man,
media they go slap.
Media they go slap. Pow. Now I'm So it is like that, and sometimes people even misinterpret some of the things that man says.
Okay, Derek. Quick one there. Let's wrap up.
I mean, I think Azonto have said it all. And whatever he's saying, I think he's saying the right thing. Because a person like Shatta Wale inspires so many people. Okay. And Shatta Wale can boldly say he's the only artist to charge $100K for a show. And as it stands now, no artists have broken that record.
Oh, nobody has challenged that.
Yeah, such motivation. If you are an artist and you go and charge same amount, if you don't take it, they'll blacklist you. But Shatta Wale is able to cash that. Yes. That shows you the motivation. DJ Azonto say picking a motivation from Shatta Wale, I'm not surprised, because when you listen or watch how he's talking, it means he's really taking the inspiration, not just the inspiration, but at least the appearance and then how he speaks. Because DJ Azonto was speaking, the way he was talking, I can clearly see he's speaking inspirations. Shatta Wale has been a blessing to our industry, our music industry, no doubt about that. And with his rant, the way he was able to let Ghanaians listen to Ghana music. At times, gone are the days, Ghanaians were listening to the Lil Wayne, the Bedman, these are the artists we were listening to. But due to Shatta Wale's 1, 2, 3 things he does in the industry, Ghanaians were able to give him that attention. And that tells you the motivation he can generate to an artist. That's why so many of artists call Shatta Wale Godfather.
Yeah.
You can hate him, but you can't take that thing from him. So to me, DJ Azonto has studied Shatta Wale very well. And with our music space, if you don't push harder, they will mind you.
Yeah. You have to be loud.
You have to be loud. You have to come with full vim and vigor. If they want to listen, put it in their ears. That's what Ghanaians will listen to you. And that's what is keeping Shatta Wale going. He has studied the Ghanaian system, our music industry, and knows where to pass, where to get attention, where to get the numbers. And that is what is keeping him going. So if you're an artist, you are coming up and you think you've studied Shatta Wale for some time, and you know the magic is working for him, and you want to copy him, you are good to go. And one thing is, with all whatever they are saying about Shatta Wale, he's still cashing out. Building mansions, increasing cars, branding some, upon all this. He's an inspiration. So to me, anybody who wants to copycat Shatta Wale is good to go. Do it perfectly. He runs, so you to run. Don't go physically. If you go physically, it might affect you one way or the other. Before you see, he's there and still doing his stuff.
And you'll be locked.
So if you want to copy him, copy like Nani a day, no. How the way industry, no. The way our team push, he said, let's do this. And we are good to go. We are able to do it. That is the thing we all, and as all the artists know, if you want to copy him, copy that inspiration.
Okay.
But not something bad that will affect you in the longer generation.
Okay. Yes, Chemo, let's wrap up there.
Yeah. DJ Azonto, if you it will not work for everybody. So me, I will say that be careful the person that you want to copy, like from or imitate in your dealings with others, because it comes with the abilities, the potentials to also soak certain things. I mean, a few people, and a bit to me, I had the Shatta Wale and our best succeed. A lot of people will fail if they go through, if they take that same route. A lot of them will fail. Because Shatta Wale is not coming with Nene Denikake. He is also coming with talent.
Yeah, substance.
Yes. He is making hit upon hit. So
working
hard for them. And to what make you one hit now be until so be charge one and yet be a blacklist too. You don't deserve that money. Why now blacklist too? You don't deserve that money. Because you don't have the hits that Shatta Wale has. You don't have a lot of things that Shatta will be doing alongside his rant, talking and pushing for what he thinks that we deserve. No, you don't have them. The only thing that now you will have is his ranting and charging big. But you don't have what it takes to push it. So be careful when you are copying from others. And you may come out as arrogant. Yes, you may. And sometimes, yes, you are arrogant. Shatta is not always free, say, oh, I can't hear because it's Shatta, let's take it like that. No, at some point, he's arrogant. Because it shouldn't always be like that. You can be free-spirited person, you can talk your mind, but I know be an kind of at some point you have to be diplomatic, dealing with certain people in a certain way. So Shatta's strategy will not work.
If you don't know this and you think he's just
doing it.
But there are some people Shatta won't do that too. Yes.
There are some people Shatta will never try that thing on them. And to kind of bulare bit me a convincing a man and you be an bit me a casacheno. And until Bulare came in, yenim none stand on the issue. Any the other can even on internet, live video and all that. So be careful when you are copying. Don't copy blindly because you think this is working. So ask yourself if you have that strength, if you have the power, if you have the connection, if you have the status to do that kind of copying that you want to copy. So Azonto, I wish him luck. Now he's like his song is everywhere. So he may use that to create the kind of character that he is having now. But if he doesn't take care, Nase add Wale any imuno if you do then I won't work. I mean at some point they will blacklist you. So yes, what he's saying to some extent, yes, it's good to copy good things from others, but don't just copy because you think it's working. Know your strength and how you also balance your things. Yes.
Very perfect. We can only end it here because right after this show we are heading to the airport en route to Sierra Leone, Freetown for Shatta Wale's concert that he has invited some reps from Sammy Flex TV to go report or to go do commentaries on. So what you have to do is to stick and stay here. We'll be updating you guys on all happenings, arrival, departure, and how he'll be welcomed, and the show itself. You just wait for that. And we thank you always for choosing Sammy Flex TV for your information when it comes to show business. On this note, let me say thanks to the gentleman I have here. Rad Derek Money is also going to the National Theatre right after here to continue with his GABA Awards. That is Ghana
Arts and Business Awards.
Ghana Arts and Business Awards. That is GABA. And of course, he is a co-founder of this award scheme. Let me also say thanks to Intimdo Solomon Chemo, to Roland Amate. Roland Amate will be joining me to Sierra Leone. Of course, he needs to also enjoy the benefit of his labor.
Now we are also going to
yeah, now we are also going to Alright, so to the men behind the scenes, Digital Rasta Currency on camera, Richie Flex, editor, director of the show, Emmanuel Forila PG, producer, Gideon Nilam Tessin, our creative director. My name is Sammy Flex. More for you here on this channel. We do what you want. But let's also hear from you. Share information with us. WhatsApp number on the screen for your contact, or you can call us any day. I missed a call from my Nigerian number. I want to know what they want to talk about. Ashake, I'll see you out of here.